Hi, welcome to your practice. Way to make it to your mat. Let's start lying down. Taking the exhale out the mouth. As you're ready, hug both knees into the chest on exhale. On inhale, the knees move away. On exhale, you hug in deeper. A few more breaths like that. Feeling the air flood in when the knees point up towards the ceiling. Last time, hugging the air out. On inhale, set the feet down, a foot or 2 feet from your bottom as wide as the sticky mat. On your inhale, let your knees knock towards your right as your arms float overhead towards the floor. On exhale, arms come back up, legs come back up. On inhale, opposite side. On exhale, back up. Couple more times, side to side. Letting your eyes open a little wider. The next time your legs come over to the right, stay there. With the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, turn the palms inside out, and reach. Watching the breath flood into the left side of the body. If you're not getting flooding, you can wiggle your left foot a little forward towards the front of the mat, and that might make more space for the air. On the next exhale, come back up, releasing the arms, legs to the opposite side. Switch the interlace of the fingers, palms overhead, facing away from you. Watching the breath flood into the right side of the body. Bringing the arms up, the knees up. You can roll onto the side or grab onto your knees and rock and roll over. We'll meet in a tabletop position. On your inhale, the low back goes in and up, looking up, smile. And on exhale, rounding in. On inhale, almost like you're taking in everything above you with your eyes. On exhale, rounding in. One more time like that. On exhale, rounding in. On the next inhale, you come to flat back, sitting back to your heels, and we'll take a side bend. Bring the right arm out to the right, bend the elbow, rotate it towards the front of the mat, left arm overhead. Ground down through the left hip, maybe gazing up at the ceiling or at where the wall and the ceiling meet if your neck doesn't want to spin up. On inhale, rising up, switching to the other side, bending your left elbow, rotating it towards the front of the mat, right arm overhead, ground down into the right hip, and look up under your arm at the sky, the ceiling, or if your head doesn't want to turn, just higher up on the wall. On the next inhale, rising back up, we'll meet in a plank position, half plank to be specific. Wrist under the shoulders or a little wider. And when you're ready, let your left hip bump out to the left, way back behind you, and then over towards the right, coming back into a plank, a half plank. A couple more times. Almost as if you're hitting something off a table on your left with some sass behind you, and then to the right, switching sides. Going the other way. Feeling the weight ground in different parts of the hands as the hips move. Let your gaze be forward, at least forward of the hands, if not forward totally. Next time you come into a half plank, stay, downward facing dog. Inhale onto tippy toes. Exhale, let the hips scoot back and up. Inhale onto tippy toes. Exhale to bend the knees and step or jump towards the front of your mat. Inhale halfway, low back goes in and up. Exhale, fold. Push through the feet, rising up, looking up. Keep the gaze up until the hands hit the heart, then bringing the gaze forward. Inhaling the arms up, right behind left, hinging over towards your right. Push through both feet as you inhale up. Push through your left foot as you come back in. One more time like that. The next time you come up, release the hands, forward fold. Inhale halfway, looking up. Keep your gaze up until the last possible moment as you fold. Left foot back, left knee down to low lunge. On inhale, pull the feet in as the arms go up. On exhale, lengthen out the front knee, the back pinky toe. Inhale, let the arms reach as the legs pull in. On exhale, lengthen. One more time, looking up, keeping the gaze up as you reach through the knees. On exhale, hands down, tuck the back toe, lifting the knee, stepping to plank or half plank, dog or half dog. As you exhale forward into plank, looking forward. As you inhale back, keeping the gaze soft. 2 more times. The next time you come forward, lower all the way to the mat. Feel free to lower to the knees. Reach through the heels before you point your toes. Inhale to rise into cobra, letting the gaze be upward. On exhale, lower. On inhale, smile as the eyes look up, taking everything in. On exhale, lower. One more time. The next time you come down, push up through plank or half plank, downward facing dog. Half dog's always an option. Consider bending the knees, wiggling the arms. You can do this in a tabletop, letting there be some movement and craziness in your body. A little more working the energy up. Coming into stillness, inhale onto tippy toes, exhale to step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, low back goes in and up. Exhale, fold. Push through both feet as you rise up, looking up. Keep the gaze up at least at the top of the wall as the hands come back down. Then bringing the gaze forward. Inhaling the arms up. Left behind right as you hinge towards your left. Push through both feet to rise back up. Push through your right foot to hinge. One more time. The next time you come up, release the arms wide as you fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale to rise all the way up. Exhale, reach out the front knee, back pinky toe. As you pull the feet in, reach through the arms, looking up. On exhale, looking forward or slightly up as the knee goes forward and down. One more time. On exhale, knee lengthens forward, pinky toe lengthens back. On exhale, hands down, tuck the back toe, step back to plank, downward facing dog. Letting yourself have a little bit of a shimmy. Moving the shoulders, moving the hips. Being thankful you made it to your mat. Inhale onto tippy toes to step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, looking up. Exhale, fold. Push through both feet to rise all the way up. Looking up. It can be at the top of the wall, not necessarily the ceiling, keeping the gaze up as the hands come down. Inhale, arms sweep up and wide. Exhale, arms wide, fists to sacrum, bottom of jean pockets as you inhale the heart up and back. On exhale, the heart lifts, releasing the hands as you fold. Inhale halfway, taking in what you see. Exhale, left foot back to high lunge, left hand to the block or the floor, right hand to the waist or the sky as you twist. On inhale, lengthening forward, unwinding, looking forward. On exhale, looking up as you twist. On inhale, lengthening forward. On exhale, twisting, looking up. As you lengthen forward, inner thigh back and up. Exhale, twisting. Hands coming down. Step back to plank or half plank. Side plank on your left hand. Taking a moment here, if you can, looking up at your hand or past your hand. On your next exhale, float the hand down, rest, or take a vinyasa, looking up, making sure the eyes stay a little bit open. Meeting in downward dog for the transition. Inhale onto tippy toes, exhale, step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Push through both feet as you rise up, looking up at the ceiling or the top of the wall. Keep the gaze up until the hands come back into the heart. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms wide, fist to the sacrum. Push down and forward to inhale, up and back. On your exhale, the heart lifts, releasing the hands as you fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, right foot back to high lunge, right hand to the block or the floor. Inhale to lengthen and look forward or slightly up. Exhale, twist, let the gaze be past the hand. Inhale, lengthening long. Exhale, twisting and looking up. One more time like that. On the next exhale, hands come down, stepping back to plank, side plank on your right hand. Feel free to lower to the knee or bring the top foot in front. Taking a couple breaths here. Looking up at the top hand, past it. On exhale, hand down, downward facing dog, vinyasa, or child's pose. Inhale onto tippy toes. On exhale, step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Push through both feet to rise all the way up, gazing up. On exhale, the gaze stays slightly up as the hands come back into heart center. We'll set up for 3 breaths of air. It looks like this. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale all the air out. Pushing back up on the inhale. So I'll guide you through it. It's quite fun. Careful if you have low blood pressure issues. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale down. Push to rise up, looking up. Exhale, arms back to the sides. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Arms come back to the sides. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, push to rise up. Exhaling the arms back down to the sides. Noticing the slight buzz that 3 breaths of air might have given you. Stepping the left foot back to a warrior 1. Bending into the front knee. On your inhale, let the arms sweep up, look up. Keep the gaze up as you bring the arms to a T, bending in. Inhale up. Bending in, maybe looking forward. Inhale up. Keep the gaze up, the arms up as you come into the pose. Taking a couple breath cycles here. Ground down into the feet to feel your mind become light and spacious because it's supported. On your next exhale, hinging forward from the hips. On inhale, lifting back up. One more time like that. If you have further to go, you'll push into the front leg and come into a warrior three. Another breath here. Inhale, lengthen all the way through the crown of the head. Keep that length as you lower the back knee, foot rising back up, releasing the hands to the floor, lifting the back leg into standing splits. Bend both knees a little bit and then re-extend. Bend both knees a little bit, re-extend. Bending the front knee, coming into a high lunge, stepping back, lowering all the way onto your belly. Right hand under the forehead or right forearm under the shoulders. Reach back with the back left hand and grab onto the left foot. Open the foot wider and exhale, squeeze it in. Open wider, exhale, squeezing in. A little space. The next time the heel comes in, you stay. As you look up, imagine trying to kick the foot up. On exhale, let it come in any amount more. So you pretend you're doing the little tiny kick while letting the gaze be upward slightly. On your next inhale, releasing that leg. Hands come under the shoulders. Pull the shoulders away from the floor, plank or half plank. Downward facing dog. Inhale onto tippy toes. Exhale to bend the knees and step or jump towards the front of the mat. Inhale halfway, looking up. Exhale, fold. Push your both feet to rise up, looking up. Let the gaze stay slightly up as the hands come back to center. Right foot back, warrior one. On your inhale, straighten the leg, let the arms go up, look up. Keep the gaze up as on exhale, the knees bends, the arms come to a T. Few more times, feeling the power from the ground to lift you up. The gaze can be just at the top of the wall, doesn't have to be straight up. The next time you come up with the arms, keep that lift as you re-engage into warrior one. Ground down into the feet so the mind can become spacious and light from the support. As you're ready, hinging forward from the hips. On inhale, coming up, you can always bring the hands to the waist to make this easier. You can continue moving back and forth, or as you come forward, push into the foot, rising up into a warrior three. Inhale, lengthening into the crown. Keep the next inhale, lengthening all the way forward to bend the front knee, coming back into a warrior one. Hands come down, push into this front leg to come into standing splits, much more like L shape. Bend both knees a little bit and then re-extend. Bend both knees a little bit. Re-extend. One more time. Bending the front knee, coming into a high lunge, stepping back, lower all the way onto your belly. Left hand under the forehead or left forearm under the shoulder. Reach back with the right hand and grab onto the right foot. On your inhale, kick it open. On your exhale, squeeze it in. On your inhale, kick it open. On your exhale, squeeze it in. One more time. And then pretend you're trying to kick it open and see if on your exhale it releases in. Let the gaze be at least forward or slightly up, taking in everything around you as you feel these sensations. On the next inhale, Releasing that. Push up through plank or half plank. We'll meet in seated. Let's have the left foot in Virasana, so the left heel, and the right foot in front like in tree. Bring the right hand, thumb face down, around, and grab onto waistband or the left bicep. The left hand is going to rest on your thigh. Inhale into where your arm crosses your back to twist, straighten the arm, the left arm, or walk the hand down the thigh to help you twist. Letting your gaze be slightly up when you're looking behind you. And feeling the breath fill the lungs. On the next inhale, slowly unraveling. We'll weight the right side to undo the left. Weight the left side to bring the right heel near the right buttock. Left foot in. Left hand, thumb face down around you. Grab onto waistband or to right bicep. The right hand rests on the right thigh. Inhale into where your arm crosses your back. And to twist, start sliding your right arm down towards your knee, straightening the arm. As you come into the twist, let your gaze shift to being slightly up. And focus on feeling the breath come into the lungs. On the next inhale, slowly unraveling. We'll weight the left side so we don't feel any pressure on our knee when we undo. We'll meet in kneeling for Ustrasana, for camel pose. If you would like blocks next to your ankles, you can have them. There'll be a couple versions. Toes can be, feet can be top of the foot flat or toes tucked underneath. Bring the fists onto jean pockets, the bottom, so near the bottom of your buttocks. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale to grow tall and up and back. Taking another breath there. If you have further to go, you may release the hands to the blocks or to the ankles. Let the gaze be up and feel the breath fill up the heart. The backs of the arms slightly firm in to help the shoulder blades support the heart. On inhale, like a string lifts your heart to come out of the pose. Beautiful. We'll take that 2 more times, and we might do it one-handed with the hand on the heart. You can surely take the same version. Bringing your right hand to the middle of your sacrum, so your fingers will be way past your tailbone if you try to Kapha feel. The other hand, free hand, comes onto the heart. Inhale to grow really tall. Exhale, let the backs of the arms squeeze towards the back of the body. Inhale to grow tall. If you have further to go, reaching that left arm up. Maybe the right arm comes to the heel. To come out of the pose, let your left arm pull you back up. Sitting back for a momentary breath. Rising up again. Left hand, the heel of the hand to the sacrum. The tips of the fingers would go well below the tailbone. The other hand comes to the sternum or to the heart. Inhale to grow really tall. Exhale, let the backs of the arms squeeze towards the back of the body. Inhale to grow tall and up and back. You might extend the right arm up to the sky. The left hand might come to the heel or the block. reaching up, letting your gaze be up. To come out of the pose, your right arm pulls you back up, sitting back for a moment and noticing the sensations. The fullness of the breath in the lungs, any sensations in the throat or the head. Beautiful. Let's come to hands and knees. Straighten out the right leg for a moment. And then the left. Then lowering down into a child's pose, the arms forward. On your inhale, lift the palms, lift the wrists, lift the elbows. Let the fingers pull up and forward. On exhale, soften. One more time like that. On your next inhale, left the breath, lift your torso, walking the hands out to the right, and then redescend. If you have further to go, bring the left hand on top of the right and push down and away from your hands to get longer. Walking the hands back to neutral. On inhale, the heart lifts up. On exhale, you descend in the middle. Your next inhale lifts up your heart, walking over towards the left side, lowering down into a side twist or side lengthener. If you have further to go, the right hand on top of the left, pushing the hands down and away from you to get longer through that side of the body. On your next inhale, undoing the hands, letting the heart lift with the next breath. On exhale, descend in the center. Walking the hands back towards you, push yourself slowly up, and we'll transition onto our backs. Crossing the left ankle over the right knee. No hands, arms to a T. No hands, hug the right knee in towards the chest. On your inhale, extend the right heel towards the ceiling. On exhale, bend the knee and squeeze in. Let your gaze continue to be at the ceiling. As your mind's eye might watch sensations of movement inside the body. The next time you bend the knee and hug in, you can grab on behind the right thigh and get a little bit more sensation if you'd like. On the next inhale, releasing that foot, undoing the cross, opposite leg, arms come to a T, hugging the left knee in, no hands. On inhale, extending the left heel up. On exhale, bending the knee and squeezing in. A couple more breaths like this. Letting your gaze be at the ceiling, but your mind's eye still alert and watching the sensations of change in the hip. The next time you bend the knee will be the last. Reach the hands behind the left thigh so that you can get a little bit deeper stretch. Releasing the hands, set the foot down, uncross. Beautiful. Let's extend the legs out. Arms overhead on the floor. Lengthening out the left side and letting it soften back in. So reach out the right arm, the right heel. On exhale, back in. The next time you reach out, the right side will be the last. Bend the knees, bring the arms to a T, pick up the hips and move them 6 inches to the left. Set them down, hug the knees in towards the face, no hands, as high as you can. Both legs come over towards the right side. If the legs don't come together, use a block or blanket or something between the legs or under so the legs can come together. And let your chin turn and look over your left hand, looking past your fingers and feeling the subtle change in your chest with your breath. Slowly bringing the legs and head back to center. Set the feet down. Move the hips back through center and then 6 inches towards the right. Hug the knees in towards the chest, no hands. Both knees come over towards the left side. Feel free to use a block, possibly turning the chin and looking over the right hand, looking past it, off into the distance. Even as your mind is looking away, let your internal awareness watch the breath fill the torso and soften it. On the next inhale, you can bring the legs back up to center, the head back to neutral. Pick up the hips, move them back into the center, and any symmetrical thing that feels good to you. You might want another bridge. You might want happy baby. You might want a whole range of other things. Doing what resonates with your body before you extend the legs out into Shavasana. As the eyes close, let the tongue be soft and wide in the mouth. Feeling the brain soften towards the back of the skull. So the head is spacious. It's like the brain oozed to one part and the rest of the mind is open and free and empty. Feeling that spaciousness in the head as the body relaxes into the floor. Gently beginning to slightly lengthen both the inhalation and the exhalation. Allowing awareness to come back into the body. As you're ready, bending the knees, rolling onto your right side for a few complete and luxurious breaths on your side. Using both hands to push yourself up to a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit on something. Letting the hands rest anywhere that's comfortable or at heart center in Anjali Mudra. Filling the heart on the inhalation and watching the gentle recoil of the heart on exhalation. Seeing if you can allow the mind to expand with the heart, broadening, gentle softening, broadening, gentle softening. May there be seeds of peace, and may all beings be at peace. Namaste.